Sometimes we travel, not to escape from life, but not to let life escape from us.
In 1971, the gates of Griffith Pioneer Park Museum opened, realising one man's dream of its founder, Charlie Sharon.
The early settlers came to this district about 1860, and we're trying to reconstruct the conditions under which they lived.
In 1971, the gates of Griffith Pioneer Park Museum opened, realising one man's dream of its founder, Charlie Sharon.
The early settlers came to this district about 1860, and we're trying to reconstruct the conditions under which they lived.
The site of Pioneer Park was a former gravel quarry with regenerating bushland provided by Griffith City Council. Led by Charlie Sharon, volunteers, scouts and service clubs worked hard on the groundwork for what was going to become a unique live museum, commemorating the history of Griffith and surrounding areas. Stone cut from Scenic Hill was used by the volunteers to build the front entrance to Pioneer Park. One of the founders, Roy Rathbone, reconstructed his childhood home, the Rathbone Selection. Pioneer Park Museum was officially launched on the 12th of April 1971. The ceremony was attended by Wade Shire President Farrell, also State Member Al Grasby and other dignitaries. It was presided over by Charlie Sharon. The official opening was performed by Mrs. Dole Roberts, a former resident of Fairview Cottage, one of the first buildings acquired by the museum. Finally, a memorial stone was unveiled. New South Wales Governor Sir Roden Cutler and his wife were early visitors to Pioneer Park Museum in 1974. They proudly were shown around by Charlie Sharon, who introduced them to museum workers and some of the animal residents. The task of relocating buildings to the museum was never easy. One of the largest was Griffith's first hospital, with its associated nurses' quarters, which was originally located on the current government office block on Banner Avenue. The hospital buildings had to be partly dismantled by museum staff and volunteers, then cut into sections for removal. The reconstructed building was opened to the public in 1980. Binya Station was one of the large pre-irrigation runs in the Griffith area. The earliest part of Binya Station was a drop log homestead donated to the museum by the Gandhi family. Each piece of timber was numbered and recorded before it was dismantled. In the process of removing the galvanised iron roof, the original timber shingles were discovered underneath. The shingled roof has been retained at Pioneer Park today. Binya Homestead now stands as the front entrance to the museum. Other buildings have been constructed at the museum to replicate significant sites and businesses in Griffith's history, such as the Bagtown recreation built in